Just give it a couple of minutes until it clicks in. Do your hello dance.
I like my hair.
Hello. Hello. I don't think there's anyone here yet.
That's
Let us
okay.
know if you are here, so that we can say hello. But yes, obviously I am Mel. This is my channel. This is my book club live stream for Q2 of the book club, not Q2 of the year, obviously. And we are talking about Dragonfruit by Makiia Lucier. And I'm joined by the lovely Paige. And I do not think that I put Paige's details in the description. So I shall do that right now, because if you haven't joined, if you haven't subscribed even to Paige before, then you should do so immediately. As I put her details in the description. Okay, bear with.
I also shared the link on your book club Discord again, just to say we're live.
Thank you very much.
Come
Yes,
talk
that
to
was
us.
very clever of you. I'm not that clever.
Okay. I was just like, I can do this one with the people that might have read it.
Yeah, I'm not sure who. I'm pretty sure Zoe read it, but I'm not sure who else. But that is okay. All right, Paige's details are now in the description of this live show. Hello. Nice to have you here. You're not late at all. Oh, okay. I guess you're 3 minutes late, but I was a minute late starting the live show in the first place. So, as far as I'm concerned, you're not late. My friend and I used to have used to say you weren't late if you were 5 minutes late. You didn't really count as late.
I like that.
Yeah.
It's like we haven't started chatting about the book yet, so like you're still on time.
Exactly. I'm just popping Paige's channel in the comments as well, so that you can go and subscribe to her if you have not already. And if you haven't subscribed to me by some weird chance, then please do that also. So I am very sorry. I don't know your actual name. Should I just call you Noctua? Anyway, how are you? What is happening for you? Have you read the book? Did you enjoy it? Let us know all the things. I'm not sure whether we should wait for other people or whether we should just go straight ahead and assume that people will join as and when. What do you think, Paige?
I can give it a little minute and then
Give it
or
a
just
little
start,
minute.
Overarching sort of
Thoughts and feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what if I just gave a little brief intro to what this book club is all about? Because I like running book clubs. It's a thing I enjoy, but I knew that I was not going to be able to commit to reading a book every month. I mean, not that I can't read a book every month. Obviously, I can read a book every month. I can read at least 2 books every month. But I didn't necessarily feel like I wanted to commit to being that structured by having to read 1 book a month. But I do like running book clubs. So I thought, well, once every quarter, that gives everyone 3 months to read the book. You can take that long. You can read it in whenever you've got the time within the month, however you want to do it. And then, and then you basically pick your own time and then join us for the live show. I'm on my work phone. I'm Stina. Hello, Skeleton Key Books on Discord. Awesome. Loved the book. Awesome. Love to hear it. Yay. Paige, did you read the book?
Yes.
Yes. Yay.
So with the way that I've structured my reading for this month, I had particular days that I could read particular things. And I sort of messed up I sort of messed up by putting Purgatory before being able to read this. So Purgatory is the second book in the Divine Comedy by Dante. It is a big brain energy. And she has not had a lot of brain cells. So I only finished Purgatory on Saturday last week, which meant I couldn't read Dragonfruit until Wednesday of this week. And I had to read all of it on Wednesday this week because I wouldn't be able to touch it until the weekend.
Wow. Okay.
So I ended up just binge reading it. I was just listening and working on transferring into the Library Unbounded's like entire TBR tracker thing that she's made.
Okay.
So I'm putting all my books in there. So I just was doing that while I listened to the audiobook, and then I was just pottering around on the computer while listening to it. So I also don't have a physical copy of it. So it was purely audio. So my names are lacking in retention. So there will be a lot of, give me a second, I just have to flick through those words that I heard to get there. Yes, okay, I'm good.
That's okay, because I did a lot of like, that name is too much not familiar for me to properly figure out how that is said. I'm just gonna,
this person, this one.
That person that starts with H. That person, It was nice that they had the shortened version most of the time, but I was like, Sam.
This one.
Exactly.
So it was good, and I did get it all done on the night, and it was a nice read to have, and to be able to binge it. It wasn't one that I was like, oh my god, this is so long. Like the pacing was really good in it, so that it was easy just to sit and listen.
Yes.
So yes, I did do it. Woo-hoo! But I made choices in the process to doing it. And then
I actually am terrible, and I completely forgot about your readathon. And I don't even know where. I'm trying to find in Patreon. I don't even know when where the chats are, but Paige is doing a readathon on her Patreon, and it involves particular like setting up so that you read particular books on particular days. And I remember looking at it and being like, okay, I'll give that a try, and then promptly forgetting. Like immediately just being like, I don't know what I'm doing. I do believe though that I might have read. No, I was gonna say I might have read Ash's recommendation.
He threw some interesting ones out there.
Yeah. I can't remember what they were.
He had fun.
That's so nice. That's really cute that he.
I think I took screenshots of them, so it should be able to find them. Oh, that's Bali.
But yes, Paige has also got a Patreon as well, which I have not put in the thing, but you should join if you would like to, because it's fun. Although I am terrible at actually remembering.
So I'm not the best like creator. I'm not the most on top of things, but I have fun throwing chaos out there, and
that's the main thing.
Do it, then that's.
Oh, I just remembered that he sent it to me, or you sent it to me via Instagram. So I'm looking on Patreon, and it's not there because Oh yes, that's right. Pulvia, the woman who broke all the rules. In ancient Rome, at the foot of the cherry tree, the Angry Woman's Choir, and Delicious in Dungeon. And I did select Angry Woman's Choir because I actually have that one. But I have not read it because I have not read it because I just haven't.
It's so fun just going down the rabbit hole of like your Goodreads and all of that as well. Because, like for work, that's what he loves doing, is being able to have people come in and go like, I'm looking for a 2-year-old that likes the color blue. And he's like, right, cool, let's go. So he had a lot of fun. And he was like, do I have any like restrictions? And I was like, here, have some information about Mel to work with. And he was like, okay, well, what about this one? Because like the like history sort of elements and that. And then he also recommended the Wizards of Earthsea.
Oh yeah.
But we'd seen that you'd at least read the first 2, so he's like, nah, we'll do something else instead.
I've read them all, so yeah.
Yeah.
A long time ago though, so I wouldn't have minded a reread. But yeah. Anyway, we should probably talk about this book since that's what we're all here for.
We're here.
Yes. So for those that were, according to StreamYard, we now have 2 people. So hello 2 people. So I know we have Stina, and hello to whoever else is here. Please let yourself be known. So yes, we are talking about Dragonfruit by Makiia Lucier. And Stina loved the book, so that's a good start. What about you, Paige? What did you think?
I really enjoyed it. It wasn't like a new time favorite, and I've like teetered between a 4 and a 4.5, but I haven't actually put it through Compile, which I probably should have done, but that's okay. And yeah, so I gave it a 4 stars because I did really enjoy it, and there was a lot of uniqueness to it as well, which I really enjoyed. It just wasn't one of those that are like new personality books.
Yes, understandable. Yes, I understand. I enjoyed it. I ended up giving it 3.5, so it wasn't obviously not an all-time favorite or anything like that. But I did enjoy it. I thought it was well written, and I thought it was quite interesting. And like I said, very unique, which is always fun. Yeah. I don't really have like I'm kind of like I don't want to go into like huge amount of detail. I'm assuming that everyone YouTube keeps dropping off like 1 person, then 3 people, then 2 people, then 1 person.
Yeah.
I have no idea who is actually here.
That's
StreamYard. I might even go into YouTube and see if it will tell me. 2 people watching according to YouTube. Anyway. But yes, I should have sat down and thought of like some talking points that we could have, but I tend to run these very casual and like, oh yeah, this was fun. I liked it for these reasons. I think I gave it 4 or 4.5. Nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Now that you guys are talking about it and talking about your ratings, I'm like, maybe I should bump it up because I did actually quite enjoy it. But
you got to do what's right.
I don't know why I gave it 3.5. I think I don't know what it says on Goodreads in terms of like I don't know what it's rating, whether it was supposed to be young adult or adult, but it felt quite young adult to me, which is not.
I thought it was young adult.
You thought it was young adult. Okay, well that's on me then because I thought going into it that it was adult.
What did I put on
and so it felt quite young adult to me, and I think that's why I gave it the 3. I mean, not that 3.5 is a bad rating by any means, but I feel like a book I really enjoyed should get a 4, even if actually I can still enjoy it. Like I can give the like enjoyment section of Corpile or whatever upper, but not necessarily give the lower like the other aspects. Yeah. If that makes sense. Star ratings are always very much gut feeling. That makes sense. That does make sense. I feel like I feel like I try to be analytic, and then at the end of the day, I'm really just more gut feeling anyway. So I don't really know what that's all about. But that's okay. I was watching a video of Gavin's recently, and he gave something at 2.5, and he was like, 2.5 is halfway, so it's actually not bad at all. It's quite good. And I'm like,
And oh no, if it's under a 3, that's not okay.
Yeah, I thought the same thing, but I'd never thought about it. I was like, you know what? That's a really good point. I've always think of 3 stars as halfway, but 2.5 actually is halfway. So there you go. But yeah, I always think of 3 stars as halfway. But no, I enjoyed it. I think I was expecting it to be adult, so it read a bit younger for me, and that's part of the reason why.
That makes sense.
Not on the book at all. But yeah, I definitely was, and this is not, again, nothing to do with the book at all, but I was definitely finding myself reading the names and just being like having glaze over them, and that's just, like I said, completely on me. And I'm often like that if there's words that are like so unfamiliar enough, like not in terms of like, you know, if I come across an unfamiliar word, that's fine, but in terms of the way it's structured, like in this one felt, a lot of these names just felt very kind of structured in such a different way from what I'm used to, that I was just like, brain can't.
Yeah. Very said no. I think that was the value of having the audiobooks, because whilst I haven't retained them, I wasn't stumbling over them because it was just whatever they said went.
Yes.
So, yeah.
If I'm stuck, I use the GR anchors. 2 stars is okay, which is not necessarily an insult. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It was okay. I definitely enjoyed it more than okay. Like, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. But it wasn't like, it didn't blow me away.
What's my 3.5 rating is felt this was a good book, but overall feeling of this was a book that I read, and I know that there were great elements for the target audience. I just wasn't it.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I think like it was a good book and I enjoyed reading it, and I'm glad I read it, but I don't know that I'll necessarily like, and I'd recommend it, but I don't necessarily know that I'll reread it. So I think it might be an unhaul, and I think I might even take it to a local high school. Like, I think it's a really positive thing, obviously, to have representation from particularly somewhere like the Polynesian islands that are quite underrepresented by like bigger by, you know, Western publishers and whatnot. Although Clarion Books, HarperCollins, so this was a HarperCollins print, but still, like, I think it
hasn't been bought by them.
Sorry,
like they haven't put any money behind it for marketing it.
No, definitely not.
Didn't hear about it when it was coming out or anything like that.
I think I heard about it because there were a couple of YouTubers that talked about it, but it definitely wasn't like a Sarah J. Maas. But I mean, hardly any books are like a Sarah J. Maas or a Brandon Sanderson. But it wasn't even like a
there wasn't a reveal video. There wasn't, and this author's written other popular things.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until I was looking at, have I read anything by her? And I was like, oh, she did Year of the Reaper. Like, that took off.
Yeah, I had no idea about that either. And I saw that in the back of the book, and I was like, oh, okay. I definitely recommend it to younger, but yes, I know a number of adults who enjoy it. Yeah, I know a few adults that enjoy it, and that's why I think I might take it to a local high school, because I definitely recommend it to a younger reader. And I definitely think, like I was saying, that it's a good thing for, particularly where we live in Australia, it's a good thing for representations other than white Australian to be in high schools, or white American to be in high schools. So so I might do that at some point during the week.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did everyone think of the sea dragons?
Some of those descriptors were like a little intense.
They were.
I was sitting there and I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah. like, having said this felt young adult, like, when it came to
that element of that was
not at all. Yeah, like,
Which
when
is,
it came to the part about the dragon and the, well, I'm assuming everyone's read it, so I'm not gonna worry about spoilers.
Go for it.
And when the dragon ate the people, I was like, "Holy shit."
Yeah.
Has to happen.
And like, I could tell it was YA because everyone got out unscathed.
Yes.
That's like it's like, okay, yeah, we go hard, but then we also undo the damage we just did. Okay.
Yeah. There was a lot of, because I think because of location and the dragons and stuff, there's a lot of stuff about it that was reminding me of Robin Hobb.
Yeah.
But yeah, when they all got out unscathed, it was like, well, clearly it's not Hobb. I mean, obviously I knew it wasn't anyway. But it's like, clearly this is not a Robin Hobb, because otherwise most of them would have been dead, and the main character would have been like not just trying to fix things, but yeah, the main character would have been traumatized for the rest of the book, and they probably would have had to have done something that ended up with them like with literal blood and viscera all over them, and
yeah.
Definitely not paint by numbers. No, I definitely agree with that. It was not paint by numbers. It did not feel formulaic. And even though, like I said, it reminded me of Hobb quite a bit, that is not a bad thing. I love Robin Hobb. So this is a plus for me.
And it's seeing a different take on creatures that, like, there were similar elements to it, which was nice because it felt familiar, but then it was so unique in its own presentation of it, the way that it was described. Like, it also was semi-reminiscent for me of the memoirs of Lady Trent, A National History of Dragons. Like, not in any, like, writing style or anything like that, because that's a epistolary, but with like the descriptions of the dragons and then just how they all interacted and like their little questy bits. I enjoyed that. But also when they were describing like the people that were compulsed to eat the eggs, it was the remnants, and I was just like,
what?
Ma'ams? Excuse me, what? This is very, very descriptive of chowing into something, and I'm not sure how comfortable I am with that.
Yeah, it was very, again, not at all YA. Like, that was, well, I guess it was YA, but yeah, she didn't hold any punches at all with that. And it was interesting, they had a what am I trying to say? They had a consequence by however they consumed or took advantage of the dragon eggs. There was a consequence to it. But I feel like the way that those people were eating, like, I feel like that compulsion was
100%.
Yeah, it was kind of a punishment in and of itself. I was just like, oh dear God, like, that does not sound like they were enjoying themselves or anything like that.
I was just like, yeah, that was the thing I just heard. Thanks.
Okay, again, like, well, I was just having a nice little time with this little adventure kind of story, and then it's like, oh dear God, what?
Yeah, 100%.
I assume you were talking about the comparison to Lady Trent, because your comment did come up a minute ago. But tell us if that's what you meant. So I guess, how did we feel about that whole thing of the consequences and the way that was resolved? I was like I got it, but I was a bit like, that felt a little bit convenient to me.
Yeah. But I do appreciate that she mentioned it straight out of the gate. Like, right at the beginning, it was referenced that the magic didn't work outside of wherever they were. Like, when she first gets back to the island, there was a little amulet or something. Or whatever. She had something with her, and they made mention that it didn't work outside of the island. So it's like, okay, we've actually set the foundation that this is a possibility, instead of just going, oh, at the end, like, I'm just going to conveniently throw it in here, which some authors do.
Yes.
I appreciated that she'd laid the groundwork for it, even if it was still very convenient. It was like, okay, you haven't just thought about this, how you're going to resolve this at the end. You've actually thought about it at the beginning and mentioned it.
Yeah, you can tell it was plotted rather than pantsed.
Yes. Yeah. Which I don't usually pick up on that kind of stuff, so I'm impressed with myself.
Well done, go Paige.
Like, good stuff from me.
But yeah, I in terms of that as well, but in terms of like even just the way that they got around it by her having the mark be like that felt a little bit convenient to me. Although, I mean, I did like that she had this mark because she was so into the dragons, and like everyone else was either afraid of them or like saw them as a means to an end. And I like that she was the only character that seemed to actually care about them for them. So I did like that she had the mark, was the sea dragon, but it did feel a little bit convenient at the end. But I mean, that's fine. Sometimes things are just convenient. Yes, and also a bit to shape a dragon's breath. I don't think I've definitely not read that one. I'm not sure. I'm trying to think if I've heard of that one before. Who wrote that one?
Oh yeah, it's the Monoquill Black Goose. I knew I could see the cover.
Oh yes, yep. I know.
I haven't read it either, but yeah.
It's the cover has been doing the rounds. The book's been doing the rounds on YouTube a little bit. Not like an extreme, not super popular, but yeah. Cool. Well, these are books that maybe I should look into because, like I said, I did quite enjoy Dragonfruit, so I would be happy to read.
I think you'll like the Memoirs of Lady Trent series because
it's
an old protagonist reflecting, and just it hits a lot of like the things that I know you like in books.
Yeah. I've seen a few people talk about it and always been a bit like, maybe I should.
I was very excited to pick it up. It's like it's not, but it's like a soft, cozy Hob.
Okay.
All the coziness you want from Hob that you never get is in this instead.
Right. Cool. So if you took away all of the horror. Yeah.
Just want a cozy, happy time. Just
that's
going exploring and
yeah. Maybe I should give it a shot. Yeah. One day.
Yeah.
I've got so many books I need to read, but one day I'll get there.
I can't remember what its name was, but the little bat companion.
I know.
What?
Fetu, I think.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
So cute. I know.
I was not happy.
No, I know. I was not happy either. I was like, what? That's not fair.
It's even on the cover. Like, come on.
No. Yeah. That definitely was not fun. But there had to be some stakes, and since all the characters that got eaten were recovered.
Yeah, the humans weren't the stakes this round.
Yeah, exactly. We had to have something.
I'd rather it be the humans.
Right? Like the cousin. Just get rid of the cousin and keep the...
He's right. Yeah. I like that. I'll make that trade-off.
Yeah.
That was weird when they were like describing how he looked.
I know.
I was like, I'm uncomfortable with this. But that's the thing. I like that it still played into the rules of every magic comes with a price. That is something that I absolutely love in any form of media, like the TV show Once Upon a Time, or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Robert Carlyle is Rumpelstiltskin, and then he's like, magic comes at the price. And it's like, yes, please, there are consequences for your actions for dealing with the unknown.
Yes, yes. No, I did like that. And I also liked, like I said, like it felt like them eating these creatures were, doing that was a consequence in and of itself. But I did like that there was another consequence as well. Like, and I did like the way that, even though it was a little bit like, what the fuck? I did like the way that it played out, like that he, he wanted so badly to be like his cousin. It's like, well, here you go then. It's like, oh dear, that's not what I meant.
That's not no. I take it back. You can't reverse it. Well, unless you're off the island.
I don't want to be this much like him. Dear God, why? But I liked the way that the cousin responded. Like Sam's response to that was, initially he was quite like, what the hell? But then I like that he kind of, he obviously forgave his cousin and was obviously like, okay, like, you admit that you did something stupid and this is the consequence, and like, let's see what we can do to fix it. Yeah, I thought that was quite good. How did you guys feel about the marks in general, like the concept of that?
I liked them.
Yeah, I liked them too. I thought it was
I think because there was, I'm not sure who it was, but the girl with the fireflies. And then she was able to make the light for them. Like, I think there are so many opportunities for such interesting uses of it, rather than it just being like, oh yeah, cool, like this is me, this is what I'm signed off as. It's like, no, this can actually do something more for you.
Yeah. Like there's a use to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so would that be the same for the grandma's spider? Did she have a spider mark?
Yeah.
I wonder, could she scale up walls? Like,
I don't know if she could, but obviously she could use the spider that way.
Maybe for the yeah,
because the girl with the firefly, she didn't light it. She sent the fireflies.
The firefly,
to light. Yeah.
So being able to, do that sort of stuff, it opens a world of possibility to be able to use it for good. Like, I know so many people would take advantage of it if we're just applying it to our modern context. Like,
yes,
I don't trust us with it. But like the way that you could actually use that, like if someone, had a bear or something and it was able to go foraging for them, or what, there is so many different ways of just looking at it, and it's like, well, I'd want a dog because I like dogs, but would that be the most effective?
Would it be the most useful? Would you
in a village, like, is there something that I could contribute more if I had one in a different way? But
absolutely. Yeah, I thought it was cool, and I thought it was inventive too. Like you were saying before, there was a lot in here that was quite different from what we're used to with fantasy, and I really enjoyed those aspects, and that was one of them. That was it was quite inventive. Hi Tracy, I meant to be here, but I'm doing some packing today. I'll watch this back later. I read the book in January, enjoyed it, gave it 4.25. Oh, nice. And thank you for joining us and saying hello. But we're still chatting, so you can, feel free to jump in and out. But yes, nice to see you, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it. Yay.
Yeah. I thought Tracy had read it, so I was like,
where's Tracy?
It was available, but yes, packings,
yes. An important thing that we unfortunately have to do on occasion. We're just talking about the markings, Tracy, if you're still there, and the fact that we thought they were good. We enjoyed the markings on them. Something a little bit different. And I liked the way that it kind of gave you a bit of an impression of what that person's character was like as well. Although I'm kind of sad for Sam, because it seems like he's not going to get his own markings since he had his mother's, and then obviously the mother that what happened to Fetu. Yeah, I was a bit sad for him. I was like, oh, poor guy.
Because he said it skipped like a male generation.
Yeah,
His
so
son would have one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so his dad had one, I think he said, and so that means he wasn't going to get one anyway. But yeah.
So it was kind of nice that but then, like, his mum and having, me.
What do you mean, sorry?
Like, because when she woke up and now she was without hers as well.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And I'm like, you've just woken up after how long has it been? And like,
yeah,
your little companion's gone. I'm like, I would not be okay.
No, me neither. Mind you, there would have been so many different things, so many changes. It would be hard to, it would be weird regardless. But yeah, I'm glad that she was like, that was all resolved. I'm glad she was able to be woken and that it didn't have bad consequences.
Yeah.
Because that was another thing that was good throughout, was the way that they kept referring back to that, and they kept kind of being like, we're still looking for these eggs because we know that this will help her, but we also know there will be something bad happen. So it's kind of like, what are we going to do? Like, it was almost like they're doing this thing because that's what they were always doing, and like they didn't know what else to do. But it was like, we know something bad is going to happen. We don't really know what to do when we eventually get the eggs.
Yeah.
I forget a lot of it, to be honest. I might give it a reread at some point. Fair enough. Yeah, I do remember at the markings skipping a generation. Yes. Did you like the markings? Because we all agree we thought they were cool. Bit different. It's always nice to see something a little bit different.
Yeah.
The markings also kind of made me think a little bit of in Moana with Maui with his little tattoos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Which is cool.
It.
Yeah, I like Moana. It's a good movie. Yeah, and I liked the main character. I thought she was an interesting main character. I don't really have a lot to say about it, but I did like her as a main character.
I suppose that's where the YA element really came out, was in the character and their like actions and interactions. That's where I was like, yeah, you guys feel young.
Yeah, definitely. And also the pacing, I think, it was just, I mean, not that it's a bad thing again, but it felt very like quick, very like let's keep this moving.
Yes.
Tracy did like them as well. Yay. Which again is not a bad thing, and like something being YA is not a bad thing at all. But I think that's why, like, it was more that I didn't realize it was YA, so that's on me. Oh, I need to watch Moana. Yes, you do. It's so cute. But yeah, I definitely felt like they felt very young characters. They felt, I mean, and they'd been through a lot for very young characters. Like a lot. But their reactions to things and the way that they process those things was still like felt very young. I kind of was glad that they didn't, even though it's set up to imply that Sam and Hannah will eventually get together. I'm glad that they didn't. I kept expecting that how it would end, that they would end up together. I'm glad that they didn't, because that wasn't the point of the story.
Yes,
it was very fast. Exactly.
Which was great when you're trying to binge it in 3 hours before bed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I guess it just felt like things can be fast paced and not feel younger. I guess it felt that it was more fast paced than it was like deep. Like it felt not surface level, but it didn't feel like, it felt like it could have gone a bit deeper than it did in terms of some of the characters and some of the action and stuff. But that's okay. Like we said, it's, it's aimed at a younger audience, and they can have deep stuff, obviously, and they obviously can cope with full-on stuff as well. But like, they need to mostly have things a bit moving along.
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't mind the pace because it kept me engaged. If it had been slow, I might have liked it as much. That's fair enough. Absolutely. Yeah. So I'm kind of like I said, I didn't make notes or anything, but I'm kind of at the end of my like mental list of things to talk about. Does anyone else have anything to add? Anything that stuck out to them or that it made them think about or anything really?
I know that it was quite insular in the island, but we did get some of the outside, obviously, with her experiences and all of that. Oh dear. Mel has frozen, I think. Oh no. Yes, Mel is definitely frozen. Okay.
Okay.
You're back.
Apologies, everyone.
Hi.
I don't know.
No, that's okay. I was just like, oh no. Sorry, I think I could have enjoyed a little bit more world building. Like that might have slowed it down. So, that might have impacted on the enjoyment. I think we got enough, but I wouldn't have minded having more, especially when it is like set and based in a mythology and a culture that I don't see enough of. So it's like, I'd love to just know what you have to offer. But I still felt like it was sufficient. There wasn't anything lacking in it.
Yeah.
Because we do see the outside and then we go in and just focus solely where we are. But I don't know. I would have been happy with a little bit more if needed.
Yeah, I agree with that, definitely. Like, I get why it wasn't, why there wasn't as much, why we didn't go as deep. And I guess, I get, like you said, it wasn't lacking. It wasn't like, this is the reason why I don't like it or whatever. But, it definitely would have enjoyed more. I agree with you.
I think it was fascinating. So like that's an area that would have been interesting to keep going with.
Absolutely. I didn't mind the pace because we've already said that. Sorry, Tracy. I like the ending, how they both had their own interests to carry on with, but the promise of something more in the future together. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, I
think that's like a good way of balancing.
I agree. Yeah. Like, it was implied, but we didn't have to see it, and it was good because it is young adult. Like, it's good to have it so that kids know that it is important to have your own stuff and your own things that you need to carry on with, and that like your life doesn't start or end with a relationship starting or ending. So
and you're allowed to be your own person. Just because you like someone doesn't mean you have to become the other half of them. You are still your own self.
Absolutely.
You have your passions and dreams, so go pursue them.
Yes, absolutely. Completely agree. Yeah, I thought that was a really good way of ending a young adult, and a good way of giving that without bludgeoning them over the head with it.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was just thinking. Like, it wasn't heavy-handed with it, but it's so accurate. And like looking back on it, you go, oh yeah.
Yeah,
at the moment it's just like, yeah, cool, this is a natural progression of life, that makes sense. But then when you're like, for teens, oh yeah, that's actually kind of smart.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. And that you don't have to be completely like taken over by your feelings for someone as well. Like, that they were still, you could see the whole way through that they had feelings for each other, but they didn't have to even address it, much less like act on it, and that they were able to do other things, and that sometimes you focus on something outside of your relationship. You don't have to be only focused on your relationship. And it was refreshing to see that, because even like, again, I'm thinking of Akatar, but like even something like that where there's so much external, they still constantly come back to the relationships, and the reason why Feyre does what she does to help the world is because of Tamlin. And it's like, like, Hannah didn't do what she did because of like she did because of Sam to a certain degree, but he wasn't the be all and end all of why she made the choices she made and what her actions were.
She kept her independence the entire way through. Like,
absolutely.
and that caused friction between them because
Yeah.
he's after it for one reason and she's really not wanting to do it. So there's going to be some fraughtness, but that didn't destroy their friendship.
No, absolutely. Yeah, and I thought that was definitely really important as well, and that you can have differing opinions about things and differing opinions about things that are actually quite fundamental to who you are without it having to destroy your relationship and whatever form that relationship is as well. Like, yeah. Because there's always this thing about needing to have, and I think you do need to have the similar morals or similar values, but it doesn't have to always be exactly the same. You don't have to agree on everything. You don't have to be a carbon copy of each other. And I think that's really important for kids to know as well, you know, that they can have different ideas about things and that they can still maintain those relationships. So from that point of view, like I would definitely recommend it to younger readers because I think that it's a really good way of, like, I think it shows those connections in a really good way. And also I really appreciated the relationship between Hannah and Rosamie because they were rivals for Sam's attention, but like they still managed to make their own connection.
Yeah.
And I thought that was really good too.
They actually talked.
Yes. And they talked about
she was
that
like, yeah, she was like, you're taking him away from me. Like, yeah. And she's like, that's not my goal, mate. Like, and I just, I didn't obviously think too much into it at the time of reading it because I was just like, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. But it's like, no, there was an actual conversation, and that's one of my biggest bugbears in YA at the moment is I'm like, just fucking communicate.
Yes.
And I get it. Yes. I understand. But like, there are ways of doing it.
Absolutely.
They've shown it. There is possibilities for this to occur.
Yes.
And a lot of authors just don't because it adds to the tension. And I'm like, I'm going to slap a bitch with a fish.
Yes, exactly. And I really appreciated that they actually communicated with each other and like the fact that, because that's the other thing is with miscommunication, it's not only is it so often, oh, they could have just spoken to each other, but it's like one person assuming something about what the other person intends when it's not at all what's going on in their head. And so that I really appreciated about their relationship, like you said, that Rosamie was like, you're taking him away, you're destroying, and Hannah was like, what? That's not even what are you talking, you know? So it wasn't just that they actually spoke about the situation, they broke through that miscommunication and that assumption, and they were able to actually, because Rosamie said it straight on, they were able to actually have a conversation that broke down those assumptions and enabled them to be able to actually properly communicate rather than just, oh, well, you know, you said this thing one time to me, and so therefore I made this assumption about what you meant, and so I have hated you forever because of what I made up in my head about what you meant.
Yeah.
This is like, I get that those things happen. Like, I've definitely done it myself. But
100%.
You've got to figure it out somehow. If not for the relationship, for your own mental health.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It doesn't have to fix the relationship, but you do at some point need to figure out your own feelings about it.
Yeah.
Definitely appreciated the subversion of the trope. Completely agree. Yeah. I'm actually, in my head now, I'm upping it to a 4 stars. Because actually there were a lot of nuances about
that you enjoy.
Yeah, that I really enjoyed. And now that we're talking about it and thinking about it a bit more, I'm like, oh, you know what? Actually, this was a really refreshing take on particularly for young adult, and particularly given like obviously that it's aimed at young adults, it's aimed at teenagers. It's nice to have something that does upend that and subvert that trope, and you know, given a different way of doing things, and you know, a different opportunity, you know, like, hey guys, guess what, you don't always have to be like this. You can actually think about things differently and have a different approach to in your life. Talk to each other. What a concept.
Oh yeah. And I think that's where like because I was surprised with myself giving it a 4 stars, because I was like, it sort of did fit into the like, I know I'm not the target audience, da 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 da. But because I have read so much YA recently that I'm just like, dear God, I'm struggling with like just all of the miscommunication, you know, typical way. It's just the way that it is. I knew straight away that it was higher than that because it did something different for me. I was just like, yeah, this makes sense to be a higher rating than those, because I don't think it was just a target audience that it like was good for. It was good for me.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, that is why discussion is good. And I know you mean in terms of the book, but also in terms of relationships. But yes, in terms of the book, I think that's one of the things that I really enjoy, going off on a tangent completely. But I really enjoy about making wrap-ups, even though they actually don't do that well from an algorithm point of view.
Absolutely not.
But from the point of view of my enjoyment, I actually find I often up, sometimes I lower, but I often do up my ratings because I talk about it, and obviously not with someone, but like I talk about it and it makes me go, oh, you know what? Actually, there were things about this that upon reflection, I really appreciated. So thank you, everybody. That's okay, Tracy. Good luck with your packing and your moving and all the things. And thank you for dropping in and sharing your thoughts. Speaking of going, though, I should probably wrap up because I'm pretty sure the bub is asleep. But, you know, Rowan did actually get up early this morning with baby. In my defense, I got up at like 3 a.m. with baby. So, you know, but still, I should probably, he's mostly been on baby duty most of this morning. So I should probably be available when baby wakes up so that I can give him a break. But yes, thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. And thank you, Paige, so much for being on my camera with me. You know what I'm trying to say. Being live, being on.
Thank you for having me.
Before we do wrap up, though, I have got our next quarter 4, third quarter for us of 2025 book potentials. So I wanted to give you guys those so that you guys know, and anyone watching back will know. Obviously, I will put it into the Discord as well so everyone can vote. So my theme was, or is, celebration, or specifically Christmas. So I actually have a few different sort of genres. So we have I should have written down who wrote these books. Stupid Mel. Bear with, I'll just put it on. I'll just go to Goodreads. So we have the Christmas Bookshop, which I'm putting into Goodreads right now to see who wrote it. And it's not coming up as being a book.
The Christmas Bookshop.
Yeah.
Jenny Colgan.
Oh, thank you. Why could I not find that? Weird. Anyway, The Christmas Bookshop by Jenny Colgan is one option. I think that's a romance. The Holiday Cottage. by Sarah Morgan, which is also a romance, or like a contemporary / romance. And then there is The Winter Spirits. Ghostly Tales for Frosty Nights. Obviously not perfect for Australia, but you know, it's hard to find summary Christmas books. So that is a bunch of different short stories by a few different Bridget Collins, Susan Stokes Chapman, a few Natasha Pulley, Stuart Turton, so Katrina Ward. So yeah, a few different and some others, but those are the kind of more well-known authors. And then one that Manny recommended, I think she recommended The Winter Spirits, The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ali Carter.
Ali Carter, yeah.
Which is it says Knives Out get a rom-com twist in this rivals to lovers Christmas romance mystery, which I thought sounded quite fun. So yeah, so those are. Thanks for joining us, Dina. It was very nice to have you. So those are my suggestions for the Christmas book for book club. Because it is Christmas, New Year, towards the end of December, though, I thought that we'd probably have the live show a bit earlier in December just to make things easier for everyone. But again, I'll put all of that on the Discord and we can decide, and it'll let you know what all the plans are. Anyway, yeah, thanks everybody. Thank you, Paige. Have a lovely rest of your weekend. And yeah, I'll see you all later. Bye.